that are my favourite that I've recorded for this particular record are on the record. The ones that weren't aren't on it because I didn't really like them. You try and do a song because you love the song sometimes. Sometimes you make the wrong decision. You do it because you love the song or because you love the vocalist, and then you get confused as to why you're actually doing it. And I think some things are just best left alone. Like we did Yes We Can, Yes We Can, I know you can't, okay, that was a good one, but I think I ruined it, so I didn't put it on the record. I think it's much better the way that it originally was. So that's best left alone. There's also another song called Sam Stone, which is by a chap called John Prine. Basically, I totally ruined that one as well.
'Cause they know it's so too wide. The high road is hard to find.
Yeah, I really hate it. So I didn't put it on there because I totally ruined it. You can't take something that is just perfect the way that it is and so heartfelt the way that it is, and unless you completely change it and give it a completely different light, then you're just fixing something that's not broken, and that's such a silly plan. Just let it be. That's why I don't like to cover Aretha Franklin. On the first record, I covered All the King's Horses, which is the Aretha Franklin record. I didn't want to cover Aretha Franklin. She is my favourite vocalist ever to grace this earth. Why on God's green earth would I try and cover a song that is practically perfect in every way? You know, so. And I made an example with that song because you play Aretha's version, you play my version, you're like, oh Joss, oh dear, that was awkward. You know, so yeah, there's reasons why you do things, and sometimes you make the wrong decision and you have to kind of be brave enough to say, didn't work out, man, just leave it, just leave it.
Yet they want to get up in your head, in your head, in your
I've had I always get advice from every person, and it's Cat, all the time. So I like to try and take it all on board, but some of it's all just silly. I remember there's one thing that really stuck in my head, and I've decided to live my life by that ever since. And it was Melissa Etheridge. She played a gig just across the water anyway from the Bahamas. I went to record this album that I'd just been writing for ages and ages. So along the way to get to the studio, so it was a bit of a funny time in my life anyway, because I was trying to make a piece of music for the first time, like off my own back, if you like making my own decisions for like the first time, because Steve was no longer part of the situation at that point. All my team had just gone, poof, disappeared, and I was in EMI like a little loner thinking, oh God, I better be good at making music, otherwise that's it, that's me done, right? So I went to her gig the day before I went to record it. Her advice to me was, I don't know, randomly in this conversation, she just said to me, honey, go where it's warm. And I was like, I like that. She's like, seriously, everything you do, if it feels good to you, then go there. If it doesn't, then don't. And that's how I live my life every single day. And I like it that way. If it feels good, I'm there. If it ain't, I'm out. The end. And it works. It might not work when you're talking about making millions of pounds and becoming the most famous star in the whole of the land, because sometimes you have to do shit that you don't like, that makes you feel like crap in order to gain that. But it definitely works when you're trying to have a happy existence. And that's what I want to have over all that other crap. So, yeah, that piece of advice will stick with me forever. So thank you, Melissa Etheridge.
To change your mind, it's too late to change your mind.